Alongside with me is Andrew Price, and our sideline reporter for tonight will be Will Ford. Andrew, both these teams have met once this year. It has really been for Muskingum. They haven't been doing good as of late, but they did bring their best against Mount Union the first time. What do you think are some good keys this second time after a very close loss the first time almost a month ago?
Yeah, Austin, we talked about their first time. They did drop that game with a buzzer beater 3. It's a heartbreaker because Muskingum really needed to have that game at the time. To scrape into the playoffs here at the end, though, I think that it's going to come down to who can fill the role of Mitchell Clark. Mitchell Clark was huge in that first game, notched 23 points, and one person that it looks like is going to be most likely taking his spot is going to be Cam Miller, who we got the chance to interview. Cam is going to be he's going to be oversized compared to Mitchell Clark. Mitch is a more undersized center, but what do you think Mitch is going to bring to the table here tonight?
Well, Mitch isn't playing tonight, so
oh, excuse me.
Cam will bring something to the table tonight, but we're going to send it down to Will Ford right now with our sideline interview. Will.
Thanks, guys. Coach, you guys lost a close one last time to Mount Union on a buzzer beater. What have you guys been working on this week to try and flip the script and get a W this week?
Well, our success revolves around our ability to defend and to rebound the basketball. So we spend a lot of time in practice working on those two areas every day. And Mount Union's got quite a talented team, so they're going to stress us, but we got to be up for the challenge.
And over the last 4 games, you guys have made 10-plus three-pointers. Are those the kind of shots you look for in the offense week to week?
We're just looking for good open shots. We've got guys who can really shoot the ball, but we just need to work the ball side to side, and when you're open, shoot it.
Thanks for your time, Coach. Good luck.
Thank you.
Back to you guys.
Thank you, Will. And Will does so good with all these sideline interviews. He does absolutely amazing. So thank you, Will, for that sideline interview. We'll try to get one at halftime. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and send it to break right now. You are listening to WMCO 90.7 on Orbit Television and on YouTube at Orbit Media TV, your home for Muskie Sports.
When you experience Scott's Diner, you experience quality. A sense that this isn't your average diner. You feel comfortable, part of the community. The feeling today is gonna be a great day. Scott's Diner's so much more than meets the eye, and so is its famous Scott's Diner house dressing. Pick up some today. Scott's Diner, a traditional diner with a contemporary twist.
Thomas, you've got pre-diabetes. But with more exercise and a change in diet, it can be reversed.
I've tried exercising. It just makes me hungry for bacon.
I love bacon, too. And who really likes to exercise?
Not me.
Me neither.
Nobody. So we're good?
What? Oh, you still have pre-diabetes. Big time.
I am Austin Arnold. Alongside with me is Andrew Price, and our sideline reporter for tonight is not Andrew Price, Will Ford. I'm messing up a lot tonight.
You're good.
Yeah. So Mount Union, Muskingum, it's about to tip off in a little bit here, and this is the rematch of a game of 2 within the conference. Mount Union, they won on a buzzer beater last time against Muskingum, but Muskingum is now at home and is the home team. This should be interesting to see. Mount Union, they are 15-4 overall. They are 9-3 in the conference. So this is going to be a game to watch for Muskingum, who they're trying to fight for the OAC playoffs right now, Will. Not Andrew.
Yeah, they're really going to try to scrape into the playoffs right now. They are in the bottom half, actually 3 from the bottom. So it's going to be interesting to see just how they're able to scrape and claw and do everything they can to get back in here. But we are currently awaiting the national anthem here at the ANC Steele Center, so we will pause for the national anthem.
All right, and with that, that was the end of the national anthem, so we are now about to start and get ready for tonight's game. Let's take a look at the starting lineups brought to you by Muskie Sports. For Mount Union, Tommy Stenger will be the guy to look out for tonight. Tommy Stenger's averaging almost 14 a game. He's their leading scorer. Muskingum's going to have to find a way and dig down deep to stop Mount Union and their scoring attack tonight. Mount Union, they have been able to score 80 points a game this season. And for Muskingum, they've been able to score 78 points per game this season. So it's going to be close. Both these teams have scoring similarities. It's going to be close. But for Mount Union, here's their probable starting lineup tonight. Tommy Stenger, Nathan Bauer-Malone, Devontae Friga, Andrew Frescisconi, and John Carroll is the starting lineup for Mount Union. As for Muskingum, they got Trey Singleton coming out. He will be the point guard tonight. They also got Tyler Bardall, Jalen Page, Devon Pert, and filling in for Mitch Clark will be Cam Miller. And Cam Miller had a very good game last time against Mount Union, hoping to replicate that magic at home tonight, which should be very interesting.
Yeah, we talked all about Cam Miller in the pregame. For those of you that weren't able to join us early, Cam Miller is going to be seeing a lot of action tonight. Muskingum got pummeled in the paint when it came to points scored in the last game. They were actually outscored by 22 in the paint by Mount Union, so it's going to be really interesting to see if they can turn it around here. And in this second game, maybe change their game plan up, Austin, change the personnel. Obviously, with Mitchell Clark being out, we get a bigger center in there. We'll see what Muskingum decides to do if they decide to go that route.
Absolutely, and we're going to take a look real quick at some other games tonight. Marietta is at Capitol tonight. That's a fight between the 1 and 2 seeds of the OAC. That's going to be a high-powered scoring game tonight. Mount Union is we're here, Mount Union, Muskingum live at the ANC Steele Center, and Baldwin Wallace will have a nice little test against Ohio Northern, who is dead last in the OAC, 4-15 overall, 0-12 in the conference, trying to get some type of conference win for that Ohio Northern team, as it doesn't look like they're going to be making the OAC tournament this year unless they can string together a run. But anyways, enough about that. Let's get to the game. Muskingum, Mount Union, ANC Steele Center, here live on Orbit Media TV. We are moments away from the tip, and we are underway here from the ANC Steele Center. And Mount Union. And we are here with the ANC Steele Center live, and the three-pointer for Mount Union is no good. That three-pointer was by, I want to say, that was Tommy Stenger who took the shot. Jalen Page now has the ball. He'll kick it to Devon Pert. Pert looking around. Will kick it to Bardell at the top of the key. Now at the left wing was Page. He'll get it to Cam Miller. He'll swing it to Pert. And Pert will now set up an offense. Singleton at the top of the key. It's in. Three-pointer for Trey Singleton.
Teams trying to trade those three-point attempts. The difference in that, though, is Muskingum's able to find theirs. A great job by Singleton to step into that, Austin.
And Singleton has had a great uprising role for this Muskingum team since Marcus has been out, and he's only continuing it with that three-pointer. Mount Union pass deflected, and now Muskingum will go the other way. Trey Singleton at the left wing, looking to set up an offense now. As he'll get it to Devon Pert back at the left wing. Pert will drive. Pert to the rim, no good. As now Mount Union will get a rebound. They will go the other way with the ball. Mount Union a three at the left wing, no good. No good on the rebound for Mount Union. And that right there was John Carroll, who tried to put the ball back up and in off the rebound. Jalen Page will kick it to Cam Miller. Miller will kick it to Pert over at the right corner. Pert will drive. He'll swing it to Page. Back to Singleton. They're working the ball around. Cam Miller for three. A lot of airtime on that three-pointer, as that doesn't even hit the rim. But good effort and good attempt for Cam Miller, trying to get something going early here tonight.
Yeah, kudos to the Muskies there, trying to save that ball in bounds. It looks like Page was so close to get that in, but referee said foot on the line, no go.
And Mount Union thought there was a foul on that play, but no, stolen by the Muskies, and they can't get the ball on transition offense. But hey, Andrew, that's something that we haven't seen a lot this year, is them pushing it into transition and trying to create some offense.
Yeah, that was a great play there. That was an overlap that Devon Pert, like we talked about in pregame, he's really smart at playing that defense. He overlaps and is able to just spike that ball away. Mount Union called for the foul. They called for one, but the referees were not biting.
And now Mount Union with the ball. That's number 32 for Mount. That's Giallo Niamke, as he could not get the basket there. And now Devon Pert will bring the ball back up for the Muskies. Pert going to work some moves. Pert, and he misses the layup.
Really uncharacteristic here from Devon Pert. We're usually seeing him finish those little finesse layups, so different here.
And the three-pointer is good by Mount Union. That is number 12, Nathan Bauer-Malone, as he hits a three-pointer. And it is all tied up 3-3. Bardall trying to get it over midcourt, and they do. Jalen Page will now run the offense. Page almost being double-teamed by two Purple Raiders. Miller with the ball now. Bardall will get it to Pert on the right wing. Pert trying to create some offense. Cam Miller for three. Bang! Cam Miller from the left wing, and it's 6-3 Muskies.
The big man can shoot it, Austin, and he does it right there. What a shot by Cam Miller.
My comparison for Cam Miller is probably Channing Frye. They're both big. They can both shoot the three ball, and they can rebound when needed. Great shot by Cam Miller. He gets 3 points. Bauer-Malone with the ball in the right wing, on the right corner, I should say. He'll shoot it and miss. And that's Niemke with the rebound, and it's good for Mount Union. 6-5 Muskies. Early lead here. Bardall will get it to Pert, and they're trying to get it over midcourt now. Pert, he pauses. He's trying to get it over. That might be 8 seconds. And that is going to be Mount Union ball, I believe, Andrew.
Yeah, it wasn't a great play by the Muskies. They stalled out getting up the court, but Pert picking up his dribble there allowed him to get trapped. It didn't look like Mount Union was trying to press too hard there, but just enough pressure to make Pert pick up that ball, and then they doubled for the turnover. So it's going to be Mount Union ball.
Mount Union, Niemke for the shot, and it's good for Giallo Niemke. It is now 6-7 Mount Union, and Mount Union bringing the press again. Bardall will get it to Pert, and they'll get it over midcourt. And Mount Union really trying to trap early here, as they're trying to make sure Muskingum doesn't even generate offense, Andrew.
Yeah, Pert was frustrated with Bardall there. It looked like Pert had an idea of what Bardall was supposed to do. It looked like he wanted him to maybe come back to the ball. Bardall had other ideas, though, and almost forced the jump ball, but they do call the Mount Union foul.
Yes, and not a good foul for Mount Union, but they're trying to stop the Muskies' offensive punch. Maybe that was a good foul for Mount Union, who knows. But as of now, Mount Union will bring up the ball. That's number 10 on Mount Union, Tommy Stenger, and he will go to the lane. He'll miss 2. And that's going to be a foul on Giallo Niemke.
Interesting for Muskingum here. They already subbed out Cam Miller and look towards getting Brandon Kings in. So it's going to be really interesting to see just how much Cam Miller actually does play in this game. Muskingum immediately deciding to go with more of a smaller, undersized, stronger center over Cam Miller. So interesting move there, Austin.
And Colin Gurley, he is checked into Mount Union for the Mount Union Purple Raiders. He is number 2 for Mount, so Colin Gurley will get some action off the bench. Nonetheless, Jason Peoples has the ball from Muskingum. He'll swing it to Bardall. Bardall now will get it to Page, and they're just running continuous offense, Andrew. And Singleton trying to get it to Bardall. Nice ball movement to Brandon Keys, and that's going to be Mount Union ball. But that was great ball movement by Muskingum all around, trying to just create a shot.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see just how Muskingum is able to use that cutting offense. They use that motion-type cut that a lot of teams can't get used to, but Muskingum's tried to implement it here. We've seen later in the year, so we'll see how they can really do as they commit that and one foul.
And that is number 44, John Carroll. Number 44, he's going to the line. He'll shoot one for Mount Union to try and extend this game to 4. Andrew, it's kind of a little weird that your name is John Carroll and there's a John Carroll in the OAC.
Yeah, only represents himself, though, I think, as he does a nice power move there and is able to get that and one. But here come the Muskies trying to push it up the floor.
Yeah, and here go the Muskies as Jason Peoples will now swing it to Jalen Page, and Page now has the ball. He'll run some offense over at the left wing, gets the keys at the top of the key. Trey Singleton trying to work something. He'll go for two. Trey Singleton, it's good. It's 8-10. Mount Union only up 2 now. As that's Bauer Malone bringing up the ball. Bauer Malone, he's trying to run some ISO offense. As he will now swing the ball, and that's going to be Colin Gurley. He'll kick it now to number 5, Andrew Frescione. And Frescione, he's trying to work some moves on Bardall. Shot inside and an air ball.
Great job of defense there by Bardall to get right up in his grill and force that air ball.
Yeah, Jalen Page is now bringing up the ball. He was at the right wing. Now he gets the keys, and Singleton will fake the three to Brandon Keys, and it's good for 2. Muskingum will tie the game.
Well, that was a great job there to really fake that shot. Everybody bid on the fake. Found him underneath for the basket. Easy one.
Mount Union now trying to generate some offense. It's Francisconi with the ball at the left wing. And he'll get it now to Stenger, their leading scorer this year. Carroll trying to set a screen, trying to run the pick and roll offense. Carroll in the post, it's good for 2. And that's John Carroll adding to the lead.
Yeah, Keys left out to go to that wing and double, but really sacrificed the middle of that baseline, and that's where they get beat, right underneath.
Singleton will kick it to Peoples, and that ball is tipped. That was a left corner 3. Tipped, and now Bauer Malone brings up the ball. He's trying to run the ISO offense to Stenger now. Stenger trying to run some offense. And Stenger in the post, and it's good for 2. He pretty much ran the offenses there, now up by 4, 10-14.
Yeah, he called his own number there, Austin. A good job, though, to really put his back into the defender and really get himself a nice, easy lay-in shot off the glass.
Absolutely, as it is now 10-14. As Muskingum is making some substitutions, Jalen Page, Tyler Bardall, and Brandon Keys are all checking out. MJ Smith, Carson Carter, Cam Miller all back in. Jason Peoples is in the game as well. And Trey Singleton will inbound the ball. And Singleton is going to go ahead and pass to MJ Smith. MJ Smith, he's your type of player that will score you some points in a hurry. He's at Steph Curry to that offense, and Cam Miller just tries to send it to Carson Carter, but that is going nowhere.
Yeah, it looked like he either didn't see him in time or he really was just trying to force that no-look pass. I don't know which one, but regardless, he does throw it into that Mount Union bench, and it's going to be their ball.
And for Mount Union, they also have a couple substitutions as well. And they're saying it touched Gurley, but let's take a look now at some of the Mount Union substitutions. Number 30, Braden Poole will check into the game, along with number 22, Mario Kaywood. And number 23, that's Tanner Slack, a new Concord native. He is also in the game for Mount Union.
Yeah, Slack was really good in high school. Of course, he decides to go to Mount Union, so you would think a lot of this crowd here tonight trying to see the local boy, trying to see what he's up to.
Let's see what the local boy is up to as he comes off the bench. Trey Singleton, however, he is a local boy himself. He likes to make sure his name is on file. Carson Carter and 1.
Oh, a great job by Carter right there to be able to just finesse that ball right off the rebound into the basket for the and 1. We'll see if he completes it here, Austin.
And Carson Carter, beautiful putback, and that's an and 1. He's going for the three-point play. As the original shot was missed by Trey Singleton, they will get him a breather. As now Carter will shoot one more. As Jalen Page, the senior, he's back in the game. Carter, it's good. 13-14 here at the NC Steele Center. Bauer Malone will bring up the ball. And he will swing at the Pool, and now Gurley with the ball at the look to be the left corner, but Haywood, no, that's Kaywood, I'm sorry. He'll shoot the shot, no good. That was at top of the key. Jalen Page now will bring the ball up. Now over at the right key, he's now swinging it to Cam Miller. Great offense yet again. Pass and cut, MJ Smith. He'll miss the 3. MJ Smith, that Steph Curry guy who can score you 3-pointers in a hurry. He can shoot the lights out. As Bauer Malone will now kick it to Slack. Back to Bauer Malone for 3. It's in.
Muskingum and Mount Union here trying to live and die by this 3, Austin. I don't know. They're really going away from doing these underneath shots and really looking to not even pass underneath, as a lot of people calling their own number.
And the local boy, Tanner Slack, got a steal at the other end. But Muskingum gets the ball back after a missed opportunity by Mount Union. As now Devon Pert will check in, Jason Peoples will check out. As Jalen Page will now inbound the ball from Muskingum. And if I'm Muskingum, do you try and run it fast down the court for a score, or do you try and set up an offense here?
Well, Mount Union's pushing them really tight. If Muskingum can really just break that first wave, they have the open shooter. So it'd be really interesting to see what they decide to do here as Pert brings the ball up.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to try to set up some type of offense. In fact, Carson Carter's trying to go ISO. MJ Smith, he'll pump fake a 3. He's in the right corner. He could have drew a foul there. Cam Miller for 3. It's in, and it's a 1-point game. Cam Miller from the right wing.
Yeah, good bit of offense right there. A lot of shot fakes, a lot of getting the Mount Union guys in the air and freeing up some space, and then Cam Miller able to just stab that one in there from 3.
Absolutely, and Cam Miller already has 6 points tonight, 2 3-pointers for the big man. As Gurley now will get it to Kaywood. And that's Bauer Malone at the top of the key now with the ball. As he will try to generate some more offense. Kaywood going in, and it's good for 2. Mario Kaywood.
That's what we said last game, Austin. They tried to just absolutely pound the paint, did Mount Union, and it worked in their favor. They outscored them by 22 in the paint. So Mount Union, look for them to maybe stay going to the paint here early if it's going to work.
I mean, if it ain't broke, then don't fix it.
Exactly.
That's definitely the motto you have to live by if you're Mount Union. They've been going to the paint against Muskingum. It's been working. Devon Pert shot no good from the corner. As now Mount Union will bring up the ball. And that is going to be Gurley now with the ball. That was over at the right wing, and now Bauer Malone at the top of the key trying to generate something. Tanner Slack now. He'll get to Mario Kaywood. Back out to number 11 for Mount Union. That was Devontae Friga, and that's in for 3. So it's 22-16. Mount Union has a lead, as it is a 6-point lead. MJ Smith, can he try to answer back with the 3? No, he won't even attempt it. He'll dribble the ball around, get it to Jalen Page. He'll shoot the 3 instead, and I believe that's a shooting foul.
Yeah, it is a shooting foul. He just came in a little bit too aggressive there when he was guarding Page on the 3. So Page is going to go to the line here for 3 shots, Austin.
And that's a great play by Jalen Page. And if that would have went in, this place would have been going nuts, Andrew.
Oh, and 1-3, Austin. Any environment you shoot that in, the place is bound to blow the roof off the building. But we're going to see here Page shooting these 3 free throws. It's going to be interesting, Austin, to see just what Muskingum's able to do if they keep sticking to this strictly 3s type of mentality here. These teams trading 3s, obviously, but Muskingum doesn't seem shy of just pulling the trigger whenever they can.
Absolutely, and they've been shooting the 3 a lot tonight. It's been in and out, but now that Jalen Page is at the line, he's going to try and set up the Muskies. He's shooting over 90% from the line, so we can all see that his 3 free throws went in.
3 of 3 there for Page. Good job there at the line cleaning up the foul.
9 minutes left to go in the first half. The Slack now has the ball. They'll get it to Gurley over at the left wing. And that's Kaywood now. They'll get it to Friga. Friga looks. He'll shoot the 3. And Friga missed it. Tanner Slack with the ball now as Gurley will get it. And they're going to keep swinging it around. Mount's trying to create a little bit of a vortex of pass lanes. Kaywood in the paint, it's good. Mario Kaywood. 24-19, Mount Union.
Austin, what do you think about the way they've been trying to answer this pressure from Mount Union early? Mount Union really deciding to press high, and Muskingum just kind of inviting the pressure here, not being able to really evade it.
I mean, if you're Muskingum, you just got to focus on your game. Don't let this pressure get to you. Set up slow offense and make sure there are shots open. Trey Singleton for 2. Oh, that was a nice shot by Trey Singleton. Gurley was in his grill.
Oh, that was a wet shot there by Singleton. It just drained right through. A natural jump shooter. It was a great one from him.
And now Friga gets the ball. They'll get it to Gurley over at the left wing, and Slack gets it back to Friga. Slack now gets it. Oh, that would have been a deep three if he shot that. Slack will get it back to Friga over at the left wing. And it looks like there's going to be a foul called instead, so I believe Mount Union will keep the ball.
Yeah, that one's going to be on Tybar Dahl. A little bit of a hand fight down low near the basket. It did, however, slow down Mount Union's offensive attack there on the post. So we'll see here what Muskingum's able to do and what adjustments they're able to make to still try to keep Mount Union out of the post.
Yeah, and it slows down the Mount Union offense just a little bit, but now they'll get the ball back. As more substitutions for Mount Union came in. Number 1, Andrew Carbon is in the game now. But Friga in the corner for 3. That was almost a foul. He tried to sell it like an Oscar award, as they say. As Singleton to the lane, and Trey Singleton, the man from Meadowbrook.
No, I love that decision by Trey there to just hold on to it himself. He really just came in, and nobody really jumped to press him, so he took his space and finished it.
And that's Carbon. He'll answer back with the 2. 23-26. Devon Pert with the ball now. Pert trying to generate something, and Mount Union a little frisky with the hands there, and I believe that's a foul on Tanner Slack over midcourt. But anyways, we're gonna send it down now to not Andrew Price. We're gonna send it down to Will Ford. Will, what do you got for us?
Thanks, guys. I just wanted to chip in and just tell you how happy I am with Trey Singleton and Cam Miller's efforts so far in this game. They've really chipped in and contributed really well scoring the basketball, and they've kept this game close. And 26-23 going into we're 6 minutes away until halftime. And it's a good game so far. Back to you guys.
Absolutely. Thank you, Will. Glad to have Will with us tonight for this very highly touted game. It's Jalen Page at the top of the key. He will start to run some offense. Great screen by Brandon Keys. Page looking for the foul, and Mount Union gets away with it. That might have been all ball. As that is number 10, Tommy Stenger. He'll shoot the 3, and it's in from the top of the key.
Stenger going coast to coast there. Gets the rip off of Page, then he gets that nice 3-pointer in transition, Austin.
Absolutely, and Mount, they are keeping the pressure alive. Bardal will kick it to Singleton. And now Page has it at the top of the key. They're going to try to generate some offense. Devon Pert, he's trying to do something with it. Pert, he'll miss it too. Keys trying to save it. He will. Singleton, oh.
Just off.
Just off, hit the front of the rim. As Stenger now over at the left wing, he'll dribble the ball. It looked like he might have broke someone's ankles for a second. That was Jalen Page falling victim. And Stenger will put a stinger in Muskingum right now, 23-31. You are listening to WMCO 90.7 Orbit Television and on YouTube at Orbit Media TV, your home for Muskie Sport.
Todd's a great guy. I mean, look at him. What a sweetheart. Attaboy. Wait, Todd, what are you doing? How totally selfish and un-Todd-like of you. Come on, Todd. Come on, man.
Thomas, you've got pre-diabetes. But with more exercise and a change in diet, it can be reversed.
I've tried exercising. It just makes me hungry for bacon.
I love bacon, too. And who really likes to exercise?
Not me.
Me neither.
Nobody. So we're good?
What? Oh, you still have pre-diabetes. Big time.
NC Steele Center from that short break. We're going to send it down to Will Ford right now. Will, what can you tell us about that last timeout?
Hey, thanks, guys. During that last timeout, Coach Travis Schwab really was emphasizing ball movement on offense, using the pick and roll. He wants his guys to roll hard to the basket and create open looks. And then on defense, he just wants his guys to continue to compete hard and box out. Back to you guys.
All right, thank you, Will. So now Muskingum has the ball back. It is 24-21. Singleton at the top of the key. He'll miss a three. Smith will save it to Bardall. And Mount Union will come up with the ball. At the other end is Bauer Malone. He'll miss. But cleaning up his mess will be Andrew Carbon.
Yeah, that's a tough play right there. As you want to see that effort from Tyler Bardall, but he just isn't able to really send it to anybody, and it ends up being a basket.
All right, and with that, we're going to send it right back down to Will Ford. Will, what can you tell us?
Thanks, guys. I didn't even really have to get close to the huddle to know what Coach was talking about. He was not happy with their effort on that last possession, on that transition basket. Trey made a great play to get back and force a miss, but none of his guys were coming to help out and get a stop defensively and get a rebound. So effort is really what he's preaching right now. Back to you guys.
All right, thank you, Will. Effort,
Todd's a great guy. I mean, look at him.
Whenever they give effort,
what a sweetheart. Attaboy.
Yeah, Muskingum's going to be definitely trying to trim some of the mistakes here, as you don't want to see this game get too far out of reach right now as they're down 9.
Absolutely, as MJ Smith has the ball now. Ball movement to Jason Peoples. He almost broke his own ankles. MJ Smith is trying to get a ball up. Jason Peoples will shoot instead. Peoples will get his own rebound, and the Muskies can set up an offense again.
Austin, you wonder if he maybe didn't know how much time he had on the shot clock there. It looks like he just threw one up. He had another 5 seconds.
Cam Miller, welcome. 2 points, Cam Miller, 26-33 in the post.
Good job by Cam Miller there. Another just nice, strong lay-in. Gets him 8 points on the night so far.
Absolutely, as now Gurley has the ball. He'll kick it to Niamke. That's number 5 for Mount Union. And trying to see, number 5, that's Andrew Frescasconi. As he'll get another basket on the night. As Jason Peoples will bring the ball up. And that's a foul on Gurley, the freshman from Hoban.
Austin, I don't know if we start naming the Mount Union press ourselves here, but I'm going to throw a name out there. This is going to be called the passive press, because they're not really pressing too tight, and they're really playing with Muskingum's rhythm, but when push comes to shove, they are clamping down as soon as a Muskingum player picks up a basketball.
Exactly, and maybe that's why Mountain has been so good. Obviously, we haven't seen some of the other games that they've played this year. Maybe this is why Mountain is 15-4. They add that pressure to other teams off the press, and maybe that helps for their success a little bit there.
That foul did send Peoples to the line, where he does net both foul shots, though, and the score now is 28-35. Muskingum's trying to fight back in this one.
And now that's Gurley with the ball at the left wing, and MJ Smith called for a foul.
Yeah, it looked like he slapped him on the arm there, but Travis Schwab not really there to contest that call too much. Didn't seem to have too big of a problem with it. And it's going to be Mount Union ball here on the far sideline.
28-35, 22 on the shot clock. Early will get it into Bauer Malone. And that is now Stenger from the corner for 3, and he hits it over Trey Singleton. 38-28 now, Mount Union.
You saw Trey give a little bit of a hop there in frustration. He thought he had enough closure on that, but not enough, as they are able to just bury that 3. Put the lead back up to double digits.
And MJ Smith will try and drive. He'll get the jumper instead, and that's an air ball. As now Mount Union brings up the ball. A little too many air balls from Muskingum so far, Andrew, as a foul called on Diallo Niamke. And it will be Muskingum ball once again.
Yeah, Niamke can't believe it. He's following that official around, telling him what he thinks of it, too. He's going to walk to the bench and be a little bit frustrated with that call.
And if you're Mike Fuelin, you are obviously not pleased by that, but his team is up 8 right now, so you can't be too frustrated. As Jalen Page will now bring it up top of the key, and he'll move it to the left side. He'll now get it to Trey Singleton. Singleton wants to drive. He'll kick to Pert. Pert wants to drive on the right side. Carson Carter now gets it at the top of the key. Carter, he's going to try to work, and that's going to be a foul on Mario Kaywood.
Yeah, he did. It was just similar to the foul we had on the other side of the court there, where he did just reach in and slap him a little bit on the arm. Carter turned. He looked like he had Pert open. Pert pointed out to him, but regardless, Carter's going to go shoot some free throws here.
Carson Carter, he's good with the first shot, hoping to get the second one in, as it is now 29-38. And Carson Carter penning this free throw. He now has 5 points tonight. As Bauer Malone will bring up the ball for Mount Union, guarded by Devon Pert. And Bauer Malone will kick it to Francesconi. Now Stenger with the ball, now the leading scorer on Mount Union. Hasn't really been getting going now, but Stenger, he's been shooting that fadeaway three.
Yeah, and you saw right there, not only did he shoot the fadeaway three, but his team just cleared out, did not really even go for the rebound. They were too busy getting back on transition defense, so they really have committed to this transition defense here, Austin.
Yeah. Trey Singleton now has the ball, top of the key shot, and it's no good. Another rebound for Mount Union. That's Francesconi. And now bringing it up the right side is going to be Bauer Malone, but they'll swing it fast to Stenger. And that's Tanner Slack, the homeboy. He'll get to Mario Kaywood. Foul and one, and Kaywood going to the line for one more. Cam Miller, victim of that foul.
Yeah, we talk about Slack really wanting to maybe come out here and do a nice little job of performing in front of his local place where he grew up playing. And right now, his effort has his team up by 10, looking to maybe boost it to 12 here with these free throws, Austin.
And Noah Tomlinson will check into the game for Muskingum. He rarely gets some action, but tonight he's going to get some action. The freshman from Grove City. As Mario Kaywood will shoot one more. Go ahead, Andrew.
Going to be interesting to see how he fits into their schematics here, as he's going to really, like we said, we haven't seen too much of him this year, so it's going to be a big moment against a really tough team to come in and perform. See how he does.
Indeed it is, as Jalen Page on the right side now. He'll get it to Tomlinson. Tomlinson gets it to Pert. As now Pert will dribble with the ball a little bit. Pert going to go to the rack. Can he get the foul and one? Devon Pert going to the line for one more.
That's what we said that in pregame, Austin, of course. Devon Pert's a gamer. He loves to have that ball in his hand. He loves to get open and create space, and then he loves to just force the ball right at the basket, create that and one attempt. And of course, he does get that basket right there. And he nets the free throw, Austin. A three-point play by Pert.
Maybe that starts some energy for Muskingum as they're now down 8. As Devon Pert gets a three-point play. Bauer Malone will bring it up the right side for Mount Union. As Bauer Malone will kick it to Stenger. Stenger swinging it around to Mario Kaywood in the post, and Kaywood, he'll miss the two. Great defense by Noah Tomlinson, the freshman.
Great way to step up there from Tomlinson. A nice body down there to get that rebound.
Absolutely. As now Jalen Page has the ball for Muskingum, and he's going to let the clock wind down as we are now under 20 seconds until the end of the first half. Can they get a bucket to go into the next half with some points?
Trim this lead a little bit closer. They're down 8 right now.
Got 4 on the shot clock. Page will drive. Page will miss. 6 seconds left. Mount Union with the ball. Mount Union, that's Bauer Malone. 2 seconds, 1 second. He'll miss it, and we will go into the half with an 8-point deficit. Your score, Muskies 33, Mount Union 41. You are listening. Oh, actually, we're now going to send it to Will Ford, who's going to get a halftime interview with Travis Schwab. Will, right to you.
Thanks, Coach. Thanks, guys. Coach, Cam Miller and Trey Singleton have chipped in 17 points combined in the first half. What did you like about their efforts?
I think all the guys, but Trey and Cam included, are playing really hard. You know, we're still trying to figure some stuff out, but overall the effort for the most part has been pretty good.
And Mount Union has made a lot of threes early on in the first half. What are you guys going to change defensively to try and limit the amount of threes that they take and make?
got to get a hand up. I mean, you got to get a hand up. You can't let them get comfortable.
All right, thanks, Coach. Good luck in the second half. Back to you guys.
All right, thank you, Will. And with that, we are going to step with a little bit of a break. 33-41, Mount Union is up. You are listening to WMCO 90.7, Orbit Television, and on YouTube at Orbit Media TV, your home for Muskie Sport.
When you experience Scott's Diner, you experience quality. A sense that this isn't your average diner. You feel comfortable, part of the community. The feeling today is gonna be a great day. Scott's Diner's so much more than meets the eye, and so is its famous Scott's Diner house dressing. Pick up some today. Scott's Diner, a traditional diner with a contemporary twist.
Todd's a great guy. I mean, look at him. What a sweetheart. Attaboy. Wait, Todd, what are you doing? How totally selfish and un-Todd-like of you. Come on, Todd. Come on, man.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Thank you. All right, and welcome back to the ANSI Steele Center. I'm Austin Arnold. Alongside with me is Andrew Price, and our sideline reporter for today is Will Ford. Right now, Muskingum is honoring the fall student, or not the fall students, the fall student athletes for their accomplishments academically and on the field from this past fall season.
So back to this game, Austin. It's 33-41. Muskingum is trailing. What did you see from the Mount Union Purple Raiders in that first half that really stuck out to you?
The press. I mean, that's what stuck out to me the most was how much pressure they were putting on Muskingum early. Yeah, Muskingum is down 8, but if you are Mount Union, that pressure can add up, and if you maybe clamp a little tighter to the Muskingum ball handlers, then maybe you could create some turnovers. Who knows? They have created some, but not a lot. We take a look at the stats here. Muskingum in the paint, in the paint they've allowed Mount Union to score 10 points. Muskingum has only scored 6. So pressure's been a big factor for Muskingum and Mount Union both combined. I mean, there were no fast break buckets for Mount, so Muskingum only had one fast break bucket early on in this game. But you take a look at Mount Union, I mean, get back to it again. Pressure. The press was really working for them in the first half. They're up 8 right now. They've been able to shoot the ball. So if you're Muskingum, if you can break the press, find ways to get people open, and expose their defense, you will have a shot to win this game.
Yeah, and you talked about Muskingum only allowing 10 points in the paint. Austin, that's mainly because these teams decided to trade threes for a large part of that first quarter, I guess you could say, of this basketball game. I think that Muskingum, obviously they're on pace to allow a lot less points in the paint than they did last game. They allowed over 40. So Muskingum really does does have like the inside track on that, I would say, but they just, there's something about how they can't break this press that, what did we, the passive press, Austin, is what we call it.
Yeah, the passive press.
The passive press of Mount Union that they seem to really just sag off during the majority of those intros to the Muskingum offense as they bring it up the court, but they just can't make anything of it. Once you would think Muskingum, with a normal press, they would be able to open up a lot of shooters after they break that first initial wave, but it's not working out that way for them. It's really been just frustrating for Muskingum, I would imagine, and it's just been a head scratcher as to how they're going to be able to pick apart this Mount Union defense that's given them so much trouble here so far.
Absolutely, and Mount Union's defense has really been bringing it to them as of late, but this game isn't out of reach yet. It's still 33-41, and Muskingum, yeah, they lost the first time to Mount. They have plenty of time to put an impact and stamp on this game to try and win it for themselves coming into the second half. But we're now going to listen to a little bit of some Muskie Sports Blast from Tuesday night when the wrestling team was on with Jordan Burkholder and Michael Kashuba and Carter Layton. They were on. Michael Charles is also. Michael and Charles were interviewing those three guys on the wrestling team. So let's take a little listen to that.
Hi. Hoping for a crisp breeze to help keep you alert. Oh, he took a sip of water too. That'll probably help. You were probably gonna turn down the radio too, so you could focus, right?
Probably okay isn't okay.
Right?
If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend.
I think the water line is what really drove it home. I blew on him.
Hello and welcome back to the ANC Steele Center. I'm Austin Arnold. Alongside with me is Andrew Price and our sideline reporter, Will Ford. Andrew, we talked a lot about how, as we call it, the passive press has really sort of caused Muskingum a little bit of trouble, but not too much as they're only down 8 right now. For Muskingum, if they need to break this, if they break this press, Andrew, do you think that may solve all the problems that Muskingum has had this game?
Well,
besides the typical rebounding and the fast break.
Well, yeah, breaking this press is going to be huge, Austin, because we've seen it just terrorize them all game. Muskingum gets caught. It seems as though they get caught between the thought process of wanting to dribble out of it or float a pass across the court. A lot of teams, and Muskingum early in the game was also doing this, just not wanting to dribble through a press. I don't understand why teams, I think it's just the fear of maybe picking up that dribble and then being caught. But I think that Muskingum needs to just slow things down a little bit more, kind of just slow things down and think about where they are on the court, who's around them, and I think it just comes down to communication, Austin. Breaking this press is going to just come down to communication, because you have to think at halftime Coach Schwab had things planned out for his guys. This is how we do it. I mean, it's what it's going to come down to. It's going to be, can they execute what they've planned out here and see if they can generate some offense.
All right, and let's take a look at some of the other games going on in the OAC right now. Both other games are at half. Marietta and Capital are at half, and Marietta, who's the #1 team in the OAC, is currently losing right now to Capital, the #2 team in the OAC.
Wow.
40-30 at half. Muskingum and Mount Union, we all know the score of this game, 33-41 Mount. Game is about to get underway into the second half. And Baldwin Wallace and Ohio Northern, it is 40-29. Baldwin Wallace has the lead on the last place Ohio Northern Polar Bears. But anyways, we're going to take a small little break before we come back. You were listening to WMCO 90.7 Orbit Television and on YouTube at Orbit Media TV, your home for Muskie Sports.
When you experience Scott's Diner, you experience quality. A sense that this isn't your average diner. You feel comfortable, part of the community. The feeling today is gonna be a great day. Scott's Diner is so much more than meets the eye, and so is its famous Scott's Diner house dressing. Pick up some today. Scott's Diner, a traditional diner with a contemporary twist.
Hi. Hoping for a crisp breeze to help keep you alert. Oh, he took a sip of water too. That'll probably help. You were probably going to turn down the radio too, so you could focus, right?
Probably okay isn't okay.
Right?
If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend.
I think the water line is what really drove it home. I blew on him.
Steele Center. Second half is just tipped off, and the Muskies will start off with the ball. I'm Austin Arnold. Alongside with me is Andrew Price, and Will Ford is our sideline reporter for tonight. So, with that, we have second half basketball. That was clearly a foul on Francisconi right out the gates.
Cause for concern there. Page is a really smart player that they cannot afford to lose. So him grabbing his ankle, fortunately he's right back up.
Yeah.
So
And
that was a scary situation there to see him go down, though. He's huge for this Muskingum team, Austin.
And Francisconi for Mountain Union. No regard for human life on that foul. Just pretty much trucked him over to try and stop the shot that never went up. Anyways, Cam Miller in the post now. He will dribble the ball 1-2 times. Miller, oh, that was a nice fadeaway from the big man.
Back iron and down. That's bar down if we're talking hockey terms. A great job there by Cam Miller to just pop that one up and in.
And Bauer Malone will have the ball now. He'll bring it to the left wing. As great defense by Cam Miller. Page will play some defense as well. Bauer Malone just trying to get the ball out. Francisconi with the ball at the left wing. Friga now has it. He'll drive, and he will score. Devontae Friga will put in two.
Yeah, Devontae scoring right over Devon there as Pert almost was able to get around, but Devontae was able to just rip right around him.
As Singleton, he fired from the corner. It didn't go. As they ended up getting the rebound, and now Devon Pert from the other corner. He will drive, and Pert, it's in! Devon Pert! Good for two, 37-43.
That ball went in, out, and all around, and then it just decided to go in there for the Muskies as they now trail 43-37.
And now Stenger, he'll get it to Niamke, guarded by Cam Miller, and he will miss. Giallo Niamke has not had an okay game, folks. He has been troubled by fouls and just missed shots. As that one wouldn't change there, as Stenger now foul. And Stenger was guarding Devon Pert. And more foul problems for the Purple Raiders.
Yeah, you talk about Niamke. He really is struggling to really convert on a lot of those chances. He is only 2 for 5 right now, but a lot of those chances have been premier chances to lay that ball up and in Austin.
Exactly. And Cam Miller will swing it to Page, and Page on the right side trying to look for something. He'll fire a three. As Page, it's off the mark as he shot that one with confidence. It would have been a three-point game if had that gone in. But Stenger now will bring it up the floor for Mount, as now Niamke will miss again, 2 for 6. Pretty easy chance, but Cam Miller, you might want to recommend him for all defense.
Cam Miller really is putting on the clamps there. A good job by the Muskingum down low so far.
As missed opportunity for Singleton, but it doesn't matter. Bardal will go to the line. He'll shoot 2.
Yeah, smart move by Bardal there to just catch that ball, go right up with it, not let anything get set up, not let the defense get in position. And he's going to the line now for 2.
Bardal, that's great heads-up awareness. First shot for Bardal. Clink.
He's struggled at the line this year, Austin, so we're going to see if he can maybe make this last one, trim this to a 38-43 game potentially.
Yeah, he has struggled mightily from the line. As that one barely gets in, and he knew that one was almost a mess. Just by his reaction,
look into the heavens there as he walked away from the foul line, but he does make that shot. 38-43 and Muskies trail.
And Friga now has the ball. Being guarded by Pert, and Niamke now has the ball. He'll kick it out to Bauer Malone for 3. No, off the mark. Great rebound by Bardal as the Muskies will bring it up the floor. Singleton had a wide open lane for a second. Page has the ball. He'll drive to the rack. Maybe a foul there, but no call as the officials said it was clean. In the left corner was Stenger, but he got it to Bauer Malone. And Stenger now at the left wing. Now Bauer Malone in the left corner. He'll drive, and Bauer Malone will score. And a timeout, Mount Union. 45-38 at the NC Steele Center. Muskies are keeping it close. And Andrew, you got to like how they're playing this half.
Yeah, they are really just pushing the pace on them. They're doing a good job of just, I don't know, it seems like the same game plan as the first half, but now the shots are going in. The Muskies doing a good job of hustling. We said they're going to have to all game if they're going to want to be sticking around here, so a good job in that regard. But Austin, when it comes to their down low defense, they've done a good job coming out here in the second half, just as well as they have in the first.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's been great how Muskingum has been able to try and start to get things going here, but with that, we're going to now send it down to Will Ford down on the sideline. Will, what can you tell us about that last timeout?
Thanks, guys. Coach just really wanted his team to focus on making good passes in passing lanes and really try to execute breaking that press and really just move the ball a lot better. And he's really happy with his team effort so far.
All right, thank you, Will. As now Brandon Keys gets it at the top of the right key. Singleton trying to look for something. He'll try to get it to Keys. That pass is deflected by Bauer Malone. As Bauer Malone brings it back down the left side of the court. And Malone, and that pass was swung to Friga. My apologies. That ball was swinging around for a little bit there as Devon Pert brings it down the middle of the court. Pert looking to get two. Oh, that one rolled in and out, but it goes in nonetheless.
Austin, that's where he's dangerous. He's really good at just ripping that ball away, going opposite direction, and he ends up finding the bottom of the net there for Muskingum. A great job to just contort his body and be able to finish that one.
More like the hash-slinging slasher on that play as that one goes right in. But another three-pointer for Mount Union on that last possession. As now Jalen Page will get the ball at the middle of the court. And now he brings that ball more to the right as now Trey Singleton hasn't really been shooting the ball lately. And if he hasn't been making them. Jalen Page now on the left side of the court. They'll get it to Brandon Keys in the post. Keys getting past Niamke. Keys, he was going up for that ball. Maybe a foul, but no call from the referees. It's Devontae Friga to Francisconi. Back to Friga in the post. Back out to Bauer Malone for three, and that one's off the mark. Rebound, and that's Francisconi. No foul there. Oh, a late call.
That was a late whistle there, Austin.
Francisconi, he'll go to the line, shoot two.
Now, see, Austin, it's really strange to see Mount Union passing up. They have some prime chances down low that the offensive player will have their back to the basket, but they'll defer to passing it out for a three. It seems like they just want to force that three as much as possible, Austin.
Absolutely. They're really trying to shoot the three ball as Francisconi hits the first free throw. Yeah, but it's really unrealistic for Mount Union to be shooting all these threes. They really drove home the point of pushing it in the paint the first game, but now they're just trying to shoot the three ball.
And maybe Austin, the theory behind that is that they think Muskingum has prepared, and they have the key to defending that now. As that free throw does not go in, Muskingum's going to be going the other way.
Absolutely. Maybe driving in the paint will be defended. Who knows? Nonetheless, it is 40-49 right now. The Muskies are down 9 as Devon Pert has it at the top of the key. And Pert will try to get something going as now Page with the ball. Page, and Page, that was a nice move from Jalen Page. Almost broke Bauer Malone's ankles.
Oh, yeah, he had him on rollerblades there. Had him all over the place and just couldn't make that three at the end.
As now Francisconi from the left wing. It's good for three, and they are now up 12. Mountain Union up 52-40, and a timeout is being taken by Travis Schwab and company.
So, yeah, Travis Schwab there has seen enough. It seems like Muskingum just can't bridge that gap when they get going, Austin. They get so close, and then they can't just find that last offensive push. I think that they have to give that ball to Pert a little bit more and let him go to work.
Absolutely, but with that, we're going to take a little bit of a break. We'll be right back. You are listening to WMCO 90.7, Orbit Television, and on YouTube at Orbit Media TV. Your home for Muskie Sports, 40-52, Mount Union leading this game. NC Steele Center. I'm Austin Arnold with Andrew Price and Will Ford. Score is 43-52 as Jason Peoples just hit a 3. And we're going to now send it down to Will Ford. Will, what can you tell us about that last timeout?
Thanks, guys. Coach Schwab, like he mentioned at halftime, he just wants his guys on defense to get a hand up in the face of some of those Mount Union players shooting those threes. And they've made a couple here to start the second half. And so he's just really wanting them to just pressure them and force them to drive the ball inside instead of taking threes, because they're making a lot of them. Back to you guys.
All right, thank you, Will.
So Mount Union going to shoot these free throws here. They're already making the first one. Austin, when it comes to how Muskingum gets back in this game, what do you think they have to do?
They got to stop the 3 ball. They have to stop. They pretty much have to play defense. I could sit here and go on about they got to stop the 3 ball. They got to stop the post points. But if I went on and on, I would just be rounding up that they simply just have to play defense. If Muskingum can limit Mount Union's shots and limit the amount of times they score and get some points on the other end of the floor, then Muskingum has a chance to win this game, Andrew.
Yeah, and Muskingum now down 43-54 at that last free throw. They're going to have the ball here on offense.
As Pert will shoot the 3, and Devon Pert! Put it down, young man.
Like we said, Pert we're not used to seeing him shoot that 3 ball, but wow, does he really just pull it and drain it on that one. A great job there, Austin, as Pert nails the 3.
46-54. Devon Pert hits that 3 as Francis Sconey will try to answer off the mark and rebound by the Muskies. Can they get something going here? Page brings up the court. Page to Peoples for 3. Peoples!
Looking like the People's champ on that one. Oh my, does he just drain it.
Wow, bang from Coleman Street.
Timeout, Mount Union.
49-54, NC Steele Center is up and roaring right now.
So right now we are going to send it down to sideline reporter Will Ford. Will, what do you got for us on that timeout?
Thanks, guys. Coach is really happy with their effort to be able to fight back into this game. He's loving what they're doing, and those last 2 3-pointers are great for this team right now, being down 5 as we're almost halfway through this second half. Back to you guys.
All right, thank you, Will. And the Muskies, they're cooking something up here right now. 49-54 as they hit back-to-back threes. Pert with the first and Peoples with the second.
Oh, that's just a great job of Muskingum seizing that opportunity, Austin. It really does. It just comes down to them being able to take advantage of the shots they're given. Right there, we've talked about all season long here on WMCO 90.7 about how they've just really been forcing this 3 all year. They live and die by it, and when it connects back-to-back like that, Austin, it's a sight to see.
Absolutely it is. Nonetheless, the Muskies are swimming back. They're down 5 right now. Maybe another 3 will really get this crowd up and going, but nonetheless, we're waiting for the ball to be back inbound at 12:50 left to go in the second half and the remaining portion of this game. Players that have stood out so far for Muskingum. Number 3, Devon Pert, as always. And number 21, Cam Miller. He has 10 points tonight, filling in for Mitch Clark. As Stenger with the ball now. So he'll get it to Gurley. Gurley trying to get some type of offense swinging. Francis Sconey with the ball now. He'll drive to the rack. He'll miss. Great defense by Cam Miller.
And this is where the Muskies are really standing tall. They're really going to have to try to make a push here if they want to capitalize on it.
And Pert trying to get some points. Pert to the rack, and it's good for 2. Off the drive, Devon Pert makes it a 3-point game. 51-54. As Bauer Malone will bring up the ball for Mount Union. Stenger, oh, that was going to get thrown out of bounds, but a bailout call by the officials as Mario Kaywood was hooked up with Cam Miller.
I was just about to say, the player looked at the referee like he was about to get bailed out by the whistle, and he did. Cam Miller can't believe that call, but here we go. It's going to be Mount Union inbounding this ball.
Absolutely it is. As now Stenger has the ball, he'll bring it up the court. As he'll kick it to Bauer Malone, down to Francis Sconey in the left corner. Mario Kaywood will swing it down to Gurley. That's a tough three-pointer that he shot. He was heavily contested, too. He'll miss that shot, but Mount Union will get the rebound, and Bauer Malone has it at the top of the key. And he'll kick it to the right corner now as Francisconi trying to do something with the ball. Gets it to Kaywood in the post. Kaywood trying to score. He'll miss. And a rebound now by Muskingum. Can they tie this game? Pert down the right side of the court. Trying to look for a three, but Pert will drive instead. He'll kick it to Carson Carter. Carter will drive. He'll get it to Singleton. Carter in the corner. That's a contested three. Carson Carter! Wow!
Oh, what a shot there by Carter to be able to drain it, and he'll go to the line, Austin.
Wow! Carson Carter, 54 all. He's going to the line for one more.
Just an outstanding play by Carter to be able to get his feet set. A little bit of a fade to that shot. Didn't matter for him. Goes straight down the bucket, and he's going to have a chance here. He does capitalize on it.
That is awesome.
This crowd's into it, Austin.
55-54 at the ANC Steele Center. Muskingum is up. Coming back, and this is starting to shape up like the first game as Bauer Malone comes back down the court and scores again for Mount Union. 56-55, Purple Raiders.
So here we go. Pert is going to have to try to answer back here. He's going to be in charge of this offense right now, Austin.
Yeah, Devon Pert, he's being guarded heavily by Gurley, the freshman. And now Cam Miller. Oh, he gets it to Carter. Carson Carter! Wow! Wizardry!
Oh, that was a beautiful no-look pass from Cam Miller. We saw one earlier that didn't go as well, but just a beautiful one there. And this is going to bring this game now to another Muskies lead as these teams trade.
The passing of Nikola Jokic and the shooting of Channing Frye, that is Cam Miller. He has been the Purple Raider killer here today, whether it's a pass or whether it's a shot, as Francisconi hits a three from the left wing, and it is now 57-56. Or actually, no, I'm sorry, 57-59 Purple Raiders. A timeout has been taken. Andrew, what do you have to say about the Muskies and how they've played these past 2 minutes?
I understand the quick timeout there by Schwab. The Muskies, these last few minutes, have been doing a great job of battling back into this game, but Schwab taking that timeout, knowing that maybe this is where you don't want to let the game get out of hand when you have it at your grasp right here. It's going to be interesting here. We're going to send it down to Will Ford, our sideline reporter, to see what he has to say about this timeout. Will, what do you have?
Thanks, guys. Coach, I couldn't really hear a lot of what was going on in the timeout, but Coach is really happy with the guys' efforts right now, especially with that big 4-point play. But he's really happy with their efforts, and he wants them to just keep pressing, keep moving, and keep going forward as this game continues. Back to you guys.
All right, thank you, Will. 57-59. There was a quick timeout taken by the Muskies, rightfully so, to stop momentum. As now Trey Singleton will inbound this ball. And Francisconi, he came up limping. And as I see right now, Francisconi's not even in the game right now. Something with his quad for Mount Union. But Carson Carter, as he will get the ball back.
Ooh,
that's Mount Union, yeah, no,
that's a questionable one, Austin.
That's questionable.
Carter was standing out of bounds. That ball did strike him in the thigh while he was out of bounds. So I think Mount Union had a case there.
Ooh, definitely indeed, as Fuelin and his staff were not happy. Nonetheless, Singleton has it on the left side of the court. Singleton will drive. He'll miss. Mario Kaywood with the rebound. And here go the Purple Raiders up the court. Stenger in the corner for three. Off the mark. Rebound Gurley. And he is fouled, but he will go to the line to shoot two. That one, I believe, is on Carson Carter.
Yeah, that one hurts, Austin, because we've seen the rebounding struggles all season. This Muskingum team is not big by any means, but they also just struggle with rebounding. It's going to be interesting to see coming down the stretch, and maybe if they're able to get in the OAC tournament at the end of this year, if they're able to really shore up the rebounding part of their game.
Absolutely, as Gurley will hit the first. And for Mount Union, they have been able to answer with rebounds and etc. to try and stop the Muskies' push to take the lead, as Gurley will sink both free throws. It is 57-61 here at the ANC Steele Center. And Pert will bring it up. He'll swing it to Singleton, and Singleton gets it back to Pert across midcourt. Pert dancing with the ball. Pert misses. Cam Miller will miss the tap in, but Pert with a great rebound.
What effort.
Great offensive effort by Pert. Bringing the energy. Pert to the rack. And they're saying that it is a foul on Mount, and I believe that may be number 12, Bauer Malone.
Oh, that was just a great job of hustle from Devon Pert. We said he's just got those sneaky hands that he's able to just swipe that ball away, and it's no different there.
Oh, and a missed opportunity for Muskingum as Trey Singleton handles the ball out of bounds from the pass from Cam Miller. As now Tanner Slack, the new Concord native, is going to pass the ball into Bauer Malone. And I mean, if you take a look at this game, Andrew, Mount Union has really been able to withstand the pressure, and with the shot from Bauer Malone, they've been adding to their lead.
Yeah, Muskingum did just have this game at a one-point game, and now stretched to 6. They're going to really have to try to make some shots and really just play some better defense. Just like we said, it comes down to defense. Muskingum's going to have to find a way to slow them down. I think the Muskingum offense will come as it needs to, but the defense can't come and go at this point. It's got to be all on.
Exactly. Have to put the pedal to the metal at this point. No time to let off on the defense. Devon Pert trying to create some off. Peoples, that is deep, but that is tipped. As great hustle by Carson Carter, but was a little short of the rebound. Gurley, he passes it off a Muskingum defender. Slack will miss the 3. Rebound by Mario K. Oh, that's a beautiful pass by Mario Kaywood to Gurley, and it is 57-65.
Kaywood had eyes in the back of his head there as it was just a great little hook pass. Find his man on the backside.
Singleton for 3. Singleton, it's in. Trey Singleton will now put it at a 5-point game, an answer to the multiple answers that Mount Union had.
So that was just a great job there by Singleton to get his feet set. Like we said, once again, it just comes down to Muskingum being able to take advantage of their opportunities. Like we said, Austin, this is a very important time of the game. I know there's 8 minutes left, but they can't let a lead get too far away from them here and let the wheels go off the tracks, because there's just not enough time in the game for them to recenter themselves. It's a big point in this game. It could be the turning point if they're able to let this game walk away from them, but they're not going to try to. Here's Will Ford, our sideline reporter, with his take from the timeout. Will?
Thanks, guys. Hey, Coach was just stressing to his guys, we're good. We just got to keep moving forward. He wants his guys to really try and break up that motion offense that Mount Union is running up top. They really want to get out on the perimeter and pressure them to make some mistakes, so that way they can cut this lead even further and even take the lead as we come down the stretch. Back to you guys.
All right, thank you, Will. Little side note, Andrew, LeBron James is going to be playing tonight.
Yeah,
he's back from his groin injury that he suffered on Christmas Day.
Yeah, some national sports news there. That's a huge one for the NBA. LeBron James, the king, he's coming back, Austin. It's huge.
Took 17 games, but the Lakers feel that he's ready. LeBron knows that he's ready, and he will go on and take on the Clippers tonight. And that should be fun. Maybe the Lakers get back in the playoff push. Who knows with LeBron back at the helm. Nonetheless, it is 8-10, and Mount Union is up 65-60 here at the Yancey Steele Center. As now Bauer Malone has the ball. He'll kick it to Gurley for 3 in the right corner. He'll miss. And Bardall with a nice rebound. And here come the Muskies back up on the right side of the court. Page now has the ball, gets a screen, and a foul on Mario Kaywood. And that is 16 fouls this half for the Mount Union Purple Raiders.
So right there, yeah, they just got a little bit too aggressive there at the top of the key as they rounded that three-point line. Just too much body there for Page to handle, and he got knocked off balance, and it's going to be a foul.
Indeed. As Jalen Page has the ball, he's trying to do something with it with only 8 on the shot clock. They're going to have to put a shot up here quick. Cam Miller tries the fadeaway jumper. It's no good. Pert gets the rebound. Pert, he was going to the rack, but he's going to the line for 2. Another heads-up play by the senior, Devon Pert.
And Devon's not the biggest guy on the team, but he's really smart. He uses his body very well. he's a hard worker. We cannot express that enough. He's just such a hard worker. And when you have a really smart player that can work hard, you'll see an undersized player like that get those rebounds. And those effort plays really do pay off, as right now he has a chance to trim this lead for the Purple Raiders down to 3, Austin.
As Devon Pert has one more free throw. He has 13 pending this one, could be 14. And he'll get it. So he has 14 points on the night, as it is now 62-65. Mount is only up 3 with 7:20 left in the game. Friga will get it to Slack. Gurley with the ball now. He'll drive to the rack, and it's good from Gurley. It's 67-62. What can Muskingum do to bring this team back to a tie? Devon Pert at the top of the key. He's going to dribble. Pert gets a screen from Bardall. He's trying to play iso ball. Pert to the rack. Thought he was fouled. Rebound Bardall. Bardall will clean up Pert's max. 64-67.
Good job by Tyler Bardall there to just really hunker down, make sure he followed that ball, and put it up and in there, keeping this lead to 3 for Mount Union.
Kaywood trying to get some points, and he gets them. As Cam Miller has been good all night defensively, he just lets that one go, as it is 64-69 with 6:27 left in this game. Pert now will get it to, Miller from the top of the key. That one just off the back iron. Page with the nice play to get the ball, gets it to Pert. Pert will drive. Pert will go to the line. And he's going back to shoot another 2. I believe that one was on, that's Tommy Stenger with the foul.
You cannot downplay how hard this man works on the court. He just doesn't give up, Austin. Another great job by him to really force that ball underneath the basket and get this foul. And when it comes down to it, Devon Pert is your man. There is no Marcus Dempsey. There is no Mitchell Clark right now. It's going to be Devon Pert's show here coming down the stretch.
Indeed, and he now has 15 with that free throw going good. And Devon Pert, there have been times where that ball, nobody on the court would think Muskingum would be able to rebound it. But Devon Pert just flies out of nowhere and gets that ball. And he really wants a win tonight. This team needs a win tonight to keep themselves moving. So obviously he wants it. Let's see what happens down the stretch. 66-69 with a little over 6 remaining in the game. And Friga brings it up. He's at the top of the key. He'll go to the right side. Slack the homeboy for 3. Tanner Slack. Welcome home. 3-pointer good. 66-72 Mount.
Oh, great job there by Slack. He doesn't shoot a very arcing 3-point ball. It's really narrow and really flat, but a great job by him nonetheless to be able to just get that one up and in.
And Cam Miller, that's a great play by Jalen Page. Going in his bag of tricks with a nice pass with the Cam Miller 2-point play. 68-72 Mount. Friga thought about pulling up for 3, but no. As now Kaywood gets it in the post, and Kaywood just abuses Cam Miller. The freshman from Benedictine High School in Cleveland.
Yeah, and Cam Miller immediately looked to the referee with his hands up and said, "Are you kidding me?" I mean,
yeah.
He got bowled over, but it's just a tough way to play down there, and maybe this is where Mount Union looks to go back in the post like they did the first game, Austin.
Exactly. As Page has the ball, Page shoots a 3 at the top of the key. That one's off the mark. Trey Singleton shoots it, catching fire, no good. He was in the corner when he shot that ball. And it will be...
It's going to be foul Cam Miller.
Yeah, and that's now Mount Union ball. And down 6, Muskingum with under 5 to go. They have to get some stops here, Andrew, or this game could go awry very quickly. We've seen it before, with Muskingum just letting games go awry.
Yeah, they really have to just make sure they stay focused in here. They have this game in reach. They need to just make sure they really finish it out.
As Stenger, he shot the 3, it's no good. Great play by Muskingum to stop that shot. As Devon Pert, he's going to the rack yet again. He'll miss. He's made a lot of those tonight, but unfortunately on that one, Devon Pert will miss. But he is playing great one-on-one defense after the miss. As now over on the left side of the court, that's Devontae Friga with the ball. And Friga will drive. He tried to drive. He slipped, and they're calling a foul on Muskingum. I definitely think that. I don't think there was a foul there. I think he just slipped.
Yeah, Tyler Bardall immediately looking at the official scoring table and his coach with his hands up, saying, what did I do? He's still pleading with the official, asking what happened. But they do think that he kicked the legs out from under him.
Absolutely.
Mount Union's going to have this ball under the basket. This is a big possession here if Mount Union is able to score.
And they're going to get it to the guy that they have that's been scoring right now, Mario Kaywood, and another foul on Muskingum. I believe this one.
That's going to be on Bardall again.
Wow, and Bardall, he's getting checked out right now. 2 quick fouls from Tyler Bardall, as now Carson Carter will check in the game for the Muskies, the freshman.
So now it's going to be interesting to see what the Muskingum Muskies decide to do here on offense. I don't know. Giving it to Pert really did benefit them throughout the middle stretch of this game, but maybe this is where you start to control it a little bit more.
And Francisconi misses the 1-and-1. And Francisconi's been missing a couple free throws this game. As now Mount with the, oh no, Mount's playing defense. Muskingum with the ball. Brandon Keys, he tried to go up with it. Tried to get a foul, but he tried to shoot that post shot, and he was just denied. 68-74, Muskingum has to score here to keep this game close. Whether it's a 3 or a 2, you need to keep this game close if you're the Muskies. Page with 6 on the shot clock. He's got to do something. Page will drive, and Page is going to the line.
Yeah, he had a guy all over them there as he was driving to the basket. A good job to maybe even just get up an effort, but I don't think he was ever looking to maybe find that one into the basket. He was more looking to go to the line there, Austin.
Absolutely, and Jalen Page is shooting over 90% from the free throw line, so with that first one made, you can almost expect the second one to go in.
Oh, he has a very, very pretty shot, very consistent shooter, and he's been doing it all year for Muskingum. A great, great player to have at the free throw line for the Muskies.
And John Carroll, he has checked into the game for Mario Kaywood. Stenger has also checked out as well. They're going to bring in Colin Gurley again. Cam Miller will check in for Brandon Keys, so Brandon Keys will go to the bench. And with height comes more height, and for Cam Miller, this could be his upbringing right here where he can start rebounds. As Page hits that free throw, it's 70-74.
Still only a 2-possession game here, Austin. The Muskies keeping it close, hanging around here.
Absolutely. And now Bauer Malone. And Page fell down, thought there was a foul. Francisconi from the corner, and a three-pointer is good. It is a 7-point lead, and for the Muskies, you can't allow that.
No, Travis Schwab, the coach of the Muskies, they're getting really frustrated, just sitting back down in his chair. Just, he says his guys have to get a hand up as Pert turns this ball over.
And Pert, that's a great hustle play. That's what you need if you're Devon Pert. Make sure these points aren't easy to get, as that's a great hustle play. Although it's a foul, again, praise the hustle from Devon Pert. As now that's Devontae Friga going to the line.
Pert showing some frustration there, delivering a really hard blow to the wrestling mat type walls there behind the basket. It's got to be frustrating to just turn that ball over and then be the result of the foul there, Austin.
Absolutely. With 3:13 left, there's really no room from error if you're Muskingum. As Friga misses the free throw, so he goes 1 for 2. 78-70 with over 3 minutes remaining at the ANC Steele Center. Can the Muskies mount a comeback against Mount? As Jalen Page will get it to Singleton, but now Miller has the ball in the post. Miller, it's good from Cam Miller.
Beautiful hook shot there.
So he has 14 on the night. 72-78. Can the Muskies get a stop on defense? As now Bauer Malone will bring up the ball with 20 on the shot clock. And Bauer Malone, that was almost a travel right there. Maybe a double dribble. As Bauer Malone gets it to Carroll, being guarded by Cam Miller. Carroll, he will airball that shot, and the Muskies have a chance to go down the court and score.
A great job by Cam Miller there. Like his coach said, getting a hand in his face. Pert taking a deep one.
Oh.
It's going to be off the mark, though.
You know, it's tempting to shoot that three, but I definitely think they should have tried to kick it to more of a three-point shooter.
Immediately as he took that shot, he looked over at his coach.
Yeah.
And Coach Travis Schwab with his head in his hands. But the Muskies here, 2 minutes left. They're only down 6 points here, 2 possessions. They got to keep this one close.
And here we go for Mount Union. This is the beginning of the end of the game right now. Bauer Malone has the ball at the top of the key with 20 on the shot clock. Bauer Malone trying to create some type of offense. Jalen Page is guarding him. Cam Miller playing some defense on Bauer Malone as well. Gurley in the corner being guarded by Pert. Gurley, that may be a dagger three that might end this game, Andrew.
Yeah, that was a huge shot from Gurley. Completely silencing the building.
Yeah.
And now the Muskies down 72-81. It's going to be interesting to see if they can really muster up the scoring capability to come back in this game. They've struggled down the stretch here to get some baskets. Austin, who do you think they have to go to here to get some baskets down the stretch, though?
If I'm Muskingum, I am really going to try and maybe get the ball to Trey Singleton. He's a guy that's shot the ball well. But other than that, either Trey or Devon, we're going to send it down to Will Ford. Will, what can you tell us from the timeout?
Thanks, guys. Coach Schwab just really wants his guys to be physical. He says it's a physical game, and it gets more and more physical as the game goes on, and he just wants his guys to continue to get in the face of these Mount Union offensive players, because they're continuing to shoot threes at will, and they keep making them, and he's just not happy with their defensive effort, and he wants them to just be strong and keep playing good defense. Back to you guys.
All right, thank you, Will. That may be the final time we go to Will tonight. We don't know. If there's another timeout, we will try to send it back down to get some on-court insight and in-the-huddle insight. Thank you, Will, for what you have done this game. We appreciate it a ton.
So Will talked about the physicality in that timeout, though. The Muskies have had a lot of success when they brought that physicality. I mean, we've talked about Cam Miller several times tonight, playing some really solid defense, getting a hand in his face, getting chest to chest with those other centers, but they just can't, they haven't seemed to do that consistently, Austin.
They have not been able to do it consistently indeed. Muskies have the ball now. They're only down 9, but they have to hurry if they want to try and get back in this game. Jalen Page will kick it to Pert, and Pert will drive. And that's going to be an on-the-ground foul. Maybe a one-and-one. And if it is, then they're going to send Pert to the line to shoot it. And Pert will go to the line to shoot the one-and-one indeed. He's got to sink both of them here to have a shot to come back and win this game. Schwab going to Peoples on the bench, and Peoples is about to check back in.
Time to get the shooters out there, Austin.
You have to, as Pert will make the first. And Peoples is coming in for Cam Miller. That's kind of a questionable substitution. Why don't you get Carson Carter out of that game?
Yeah, we know Cam Miller, he provides you the only real size you have on your team right now, and he can also shoot threes.
Exactly.
So they must really trust in Carter's ability to shoot threes here, or his defensive capability, to keep him in this game over Cam Miller.
Nonetheless, there's a minute 35 left, and the Muskies are down 7 right now. A stop here would bode huge for them.
Got to have one here. Got to have one.
Malone. I mean, Andrew, one more shot here could pretty much end this game.
They've got to be stout on defense, and that up and under. Oh, the dunk from Mount Union.
From Friga. Yeah. That may have just sucked the life out of the Muskingum bench. 74-83. You almost need a three-pointer here to try and keep it intact. But Pert is going to go to the line. And Mount Union is on their feet right now after the Friga dunk.
Oh, it's going to wake up their whole bench there. That was a great job to follow up that miss.
Absolutely. That's a great play by Devontae Friga.
And it's an absolute crusher from Muskingum, as they seem to have that one all cleaned up. They had it defended perfectly, made him miss the shot, but that free flyer in, getting ready to dunk that ball, just absolutely ruined their plan, as Pert does miss that crucial free throw.
Yeah, and with a minute 4 left, I mean, I don't know if it's over yet. I mean, there's a minute 4 left, and he misses both. That's huge for Mount. That's huge. That's what Mount Union needed. And I do not know who has the ball. I believe Muskingum will get the ball. Oh, no, actually Mount Union will get the ball with a minute left. And that was just a crushing blow from Muskingum. Crushing blow.
Yeah, they needed at least one, if not both of those, to keep themselves in this right now. They're only down 9. It's 3 possessions. They're going to have to start trapping, though.
Yeah, and just no one. Oh, and a miss by Tommy Stenger. Hold on 1 second, folks. As Trey Singleton will go down the lane and score, turning a missed opportunity into points, but Stenger misses another layup. Hold on.
Oh, my.
Hold
Stenger
on.
missing 2 easy layups.
Singleton for 3. Oh, that may be it right there. Wow.
Wow,
What a
Muskingum.
bizarre turn of events.
They had the opportunity to blow the roof off of this building again with a great sequence there. Stenger for Mount Union missing both easy transition layups under the basket, but he just, I don't know if he just, Pert came back on defense, but they seem to be just clear path layups. I don't know.
And Stenger, I mean, that's great. That's great defense by Pert to even cause disruption.
What does that do here mentally for Stenger as he's got to take these free throws?
Does he miss both? Does he make both? And he misses
Oh,
again.
is this going to be over the back?
And they're going to call a foul. Is that on Mount Andrew?
Yes, that's going to be on. It's going to be Mount Union. It looks like it's going to be. It's going to be over the back. That's going to be on Stenger, who shot the free throw himself. He tried to leap over the back of Peoples, and that's going to be now a shooting foul. It's going to be a 1-and-1 for the Muskies.
And with Jalen Page going to the line, you got to like your odds. But people listening into WMCO 90.7, we may have a Tracy McGrady game coming up really shortly. So I'd buckle down and stay where you're at. This is huge. 77-83.
Chance to trim
as
this.
Stenger misses both those layups and a free throw.
Chance to trim this now. They do have it now to a 5-point lead only for Mount Union. Muskingum still in this game with 30 seconds left.
Exactly, and now they'll get it to Bauer Malone. As that's going to be a foul on Jalen Page.
They felt the foul was soft. Did both Travis Schwab and Page.
I don't even think that was a foul. All he did was dribble right by him.
Coach Schwab preaching physicality to his team. And it seems like the second they did get physical, they did get whistled for the foul there. So it's going to be huge for Bauer Malone trying to sink these free throws.
And Bauer Malone will miss the first.
Oh, boy.
If he misses the second, this could be something to see.
A huge chain of events here with 29 seconds left.
It's a 5-point game, and he missed both! And a rebound by Muskingum. Devon Pert down the court. You don't even have to rush a three. Peoples to Carter to Pert. Pert will drive. He'll miss it. And that's where you got a foul, and just a bizarre turn of events here. Mount Union having trouble closing this game out, and Devon Pert missing that too. That would have put the game to 80-83 had he have made that shot.
You got to feel like they maybe forced it a bit. He had a little bit more time to spare.
And Friga will make the first free throw. It is now a 6-point game.
Muskingum still not out of it here. 2-possession game. If he misses this free throw, they still have 15 seconds.
He's still got 15 if he misses, and he makes the free throw. So now it's a 7-point game. Muskingum, and I don't know what the call could be on that.
Maybe the refs weren't set up here.
Yeah, I don't think they were set up either. I thought I heard delay of game, but what would be the delay of the game? Oh. Turns out they actually started the scoreboard on accident. Page will fire a three. That's no good. Rebound by Gurley. And that right there, Andrew, is most likely going to do it.
Yep. 7.8 seconds left. Muskies down 78-85. You got Mount going to the line.
And Mount Union trying to put a stamp on this game. And even with one free throw made, that may just be putting a stamp on this game.
Oh, Muskingum, you have to feel for this team. They gutted it out the entire game, even in this last minute, bringing it to a 2-possession game here in the late stages, but they just couldn't stitch enough together to get this over the top.
Indeed. 78-86 after the Gurley made after Gurley made the first free throw. The second one will pretty much do it, and he will make it 78-87. It's a 9-point game, and we are under 10 seconds, under 5 now. Singleton will hack a three. No good. Rebound Francisconi, and that is it here from the NC Steele Center. Mount Union will improve to 16-4 and 2-0 with the season series against Muskingum. Muskingum will now drop to 7-13 and 3-10 in the conference. Now they're providing a little bit of leeway for Otterbein to make a push into the OAC tournament. As Otterbein, although they didn't have a game tonight, they are now set up perfectly to try and get in the OAC tournament, Andrew.
Yeah, Muskingum, this was a huge game for Muskingum. They were in it the entire way down the stretch, but Austin, they just couldn't finish it off.
And they couldn't finish it off, indeed. And with that, we're going to take a little bit of a break. Your final here from the NC Steele Center. Postgame coming on the way. 87-78 was the final. You're listening to WMCO 90.7, Orbit Television, and on your YouTube at Orbit Media TV, your home for Muskie Sports.
When you experience Scott's Diner, you experience quality. A sense that this isn't your average diner. You feel comfortable, part of the community. The feeling today is gonna be a great day. Scott's Diner is so much more than meets the eye, and so is its famous Scott's Diner house dressing. Pick up some today. Scott's Diner, a traditional diner with a contemporary twist.
Todd's a great guy. I mean, look at him. What a sweetheart. Attaboy. Wait, Todd, what are you doing? How totally selfish and un-Todd-like of you. Come on, Todd. Come on, man.
Hello and welcome to the NC Steele Center live. Mount Union. And 16-4 overall this year. And Andrew, this now bodes the question of, can Muskingum have enough juice and enough games to try and get into the OAC tournament?
Well, I mean, when it comes to the OAC tournament, we talk about all the time, Austin, that the OAC is one of the toughest conferences. And any team can win. It's a really sneaky type of conference like that. Muskingum will, though, have a tough time, being that they have, coming up, they have to go to Heidelberg. That's going to be tough. And then they have to go to Wilmington. They will play Otterbein at home, though, on Senior Day.
That's going to be a huge game.
That's going to be a huge game,
yeah.
Austin. So,
indeed.
Senior Day against Otterbein. Otterbein is nipping at their heels, if not even with them, with this loss tonight. Depending on how Otterbein ends up playing out, that game could really play a big role in who gets into the tournament.
Exactly, and you take a look at the remaining schedule for the Muskies. They have a game at Heidelberg. You know Heidelberg's going to be going for their necks after that close loss here. So Heidelberg, that one will be on Saturday. Then they have a game against Wilmington. They lost to Wilmington the first time they played them. They got Otterbein, which is right under them, to try and get in that OAC tournament. Then Marietta, who's currently the #1 team, maybe #2 after tonight, pending their game with Capital. Then they have the final game of the year. It's Ohio Northern. That could actually end up being a close game. Who knows? But let's talk about this game, Andrew. Mount Union and Muskingum, for the longest time, they kept it close. But then at the end, like we've seen so many times, Mount Union has been they've been able to pull away with the game.
Yeah, and they really did have a stranglehold on this game in the middle of the game. They really were just putting the Muskies down. Muskingum able to battle back with a couple really good sequences there with the 4-point play from Carter. Then you had other plays from Devon Pert with his and ones. Muskingum really did a great job of hanging around, but like you said, this is Mount Union. This is what we're used to from Mount Union. They are just continued excellence, and they really do know how to finish off games, as they did in that first game when they hit that game-winning three-pointer.
Exactly, and for Mount Union, they did an absolutely amazing job making sure that Muskingum, although they were keeping it close for the longest time, they made sure Muskingum didn't at any point make this game go out of hand. So for Muskingum, it's tough to lose to Mount tonight. You know, you played a tough game at the beginning of the month. At the end of the month, you played a tough game too. But now, going on for both these teams, I mean, Mount, they're already pretty much solidified in the OAC tournament unless anything unforeseen happens. But I'm almost dead set positive that they're going to be ending up with anywhere from a 4 or anywhere from a 3 to 5 seed. We'll see what happens there. For Muskingum, it is now turning to the waning moments of their season. Can these guys go to Heidelberg and win on Saturday? If they can, this will be huge for them. We don't know until Saturday at 4 at Heidelberg. But with that, that is all the time we have tonight. The final score, 78-87. Mount Union gets the sort of close win over Muskingum. But you are listening to WMCO 90.7 Orbit Television and on YouTube at Orbit Media TV, your home for Muskie Sports. I'm Austin Arnold. Alongside with me was Andrew Price, and Will Ford was our sideline reporter for tonight. Thank you, and good night from the ANC Steele Center, and good night, Newcomb.